Hey guys, Seto SU Fly Fishing. We are going to talk about flies in this video. This is for people that are just starting out fly fishing. I'm going to go over the basics with you, okay? So, what is a fly? A fly is a imitation of some sort of terrestrial or minnow forage that lives in the water of the predator you're fishing for. So, what are the types of flies? You have dry fly, you have nymph, you have streamer, okay? Now, let's start off with probably the easiest one to describe, okay? That's gonna be a dry fly. Right here is a dry fly. This is a stimulator, okay? This fly likes to sit and ride on top of the water. It is meant to imitate flies that have died and fallen on top of the water or that are flying and hitting the water. Okay? This is the traditional fly that you see in movies like River and Stewart and so on and so forth, where people talk about fly fishing. This is it. Next one is a nymph. Okay? Now, I'm going to go into this, but there are so many different variations and different types of nymphs. But we're going to go over the two main ones, okay? The two main ones. The first type of nymph, this is a beadhead nymph, okay? Right there. Beadhead nymph. It's very easy. Right here, the beadhead is just weight that helps the fly sink, okay? Beadhead nymph. Now, next one is a nymph that is more of a wet fly, okay? More of a wet fly, not really a bead, it's more of a wet fly, okay? This would be more of a wet fly type nymph, okay? No weight on it, it just slowly goes down the column, okay? You have your beadhead nymph and you have your wet fly, okay? Nymphs. Alright. Now, the last one, streamer. Okay? This is what we're going to do. First, I'm going to put this back in here. Okay. Streamers imitate large forage, okay? They either imitate really big, like bait fish, leeches, large hellgrammites. So bait fish, crawfish, large insects, large stoneflies. That's what streamers typically imitate, okay? Streamers are just big flies that usually have some type of weight. But here is a white woolly bugger that has no weight. This is more of a subsurface type streamer. Okay, doesn't go very far down in the water column. You can put split shot and stuff in there, make it go deeper, but I don't. This is a conehead bugger. This is very heavy. I treat this more as a jig than anything. Okay, bouncing off the bottom, slow retrieve, or a quick retrieve and letting it die. Okay, the same thing with beadheads. Here's a beadhead bugger, okay? Same thing, jig type, letting it die, just the weight to get it down, okay? So Seth, is there any other types of flies? Oh yeah. There's something called an emerger, okay? What's an emerger? Well, in a fly's life cycle, you have the nymph stage, where it's a very small aquatic insect that's in its infant stage, that's just flowing with the water. Then, as it starts to come up, the sun hits the water and it starts to hatch. When it's half hatched and half unhatched, that's when you get an emerger, okay? I've had trout come flying out of the water for an emerger pattern. So an emerger is halfway between dry fly and a nymph. Okay? All right. So what kind of flies do I need, Seth? What do I need to start with? There are 4 types of bugs that are throughout the whole United States that are the backbone of fly fishing. Midges, mayflies, caddis, and stonefly. You need to find representation of nymphs and dries of those. Stonefly is the bigger one, so usually you can find a representation for it. So you need to get some dry flies that represent midges, mayflies, stoneflies, caddis, and nymphs that imitate them. Okay? That is a good place to start. Now, we're going to go to my probably one of the most used fly in my fly bag because it just catches fish. Eggs. They work. They catch fish. And sometimes it's the only thing they'll eat. Why do trout eat eggs? Because every fish in that water spawns. Every time someone spawns, every time any kind of fish spawns, all the fish, even the ones that just laid the eggs, will eat eggs. So I would get those 4 representation, midges, mayflies, caddis, stoneflies, get those representations, and get you some eggs. And I think it's a great place to start. Okay? Then you can start getting more specific and more specialized. So I hope that this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you have any questions, please comment. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. As always, guys, tight lines and blessings.